Hello fellow cinephiles, Film Guru here. Today I'm reviewing Last Christmas. This was directed by Paul Feig and was co-written by Emma Thompson and stars Emilia, Clarke, Henry Golding, Michelle Yeoh and Emma Thompson. The film really focuses on Kate, played by Emilia Clarke, a girl that's sort of struggling to find her purpose and point in life. She works in an all year round Christmas shop where she's dressed as an elf. She hates this job, but it gives her something to do. She's an aspiring singer. She wants to sing, but she struggles to have the motivation to accomplish this. She still goes to auditions, but she just doesn't have the drive or the oomph that would help her achieve the goals that she sets for herself. That's until she meets Tom, played by Henry Golding, a mysterious man who just sort of comes into her life and sort of bumps into her many times. He starts to see through so many of Kate's barriers. He ultimately tries to show her a different point of view, a different way of looking at things, and circumstances and situations that she finds herself in, and really trying to accept who she is and find her own path. And there's a bond and friendship that forms between these two. And he's really her driving force for change. I was pleasantly surprised by this film. I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did. Going in, knowing the fact that Paul Feig directed this, who I'm not a huge fan of, I haven't really liked a lot of his movies, especially the Ghostbusters film that he did. But what sort of made this much better was Emma Thompson's writing. She's such a great actress and has such a great ability to write really realistic characters, and she puts a lot of humour and a lot of herself into the script, and that's what makes this film really shine. It isn't so much the directing, it's the writing that brings out the interesting characters and the humour that is hidden amongst this film. The film has a lot of heart. It is a Christmas movie, so it has the Christmas tropes, but they do them in a different way. There's a real message hidden in this film that they're trying to say, the importance of family and relationships, and not everything that you think is important, and I kind of like that. I really like the music, the fact it's pretty much, the whole soundtrack is pretty much George Michael's, which I really like, and that adds to the story, and it's something the character Emilia Clarke plays, Kate, or Katerina, is really drawn to, and there's something about that inspires her to continue on, and I really like that as well. All the acting is solid in this film, even down to the smallest role. They give everybody a moment to shine or a moment to express their character in so many ways, and there's some great scenes between two female cops that show up and they're sort of bickering at each other, and I really like that. It adds some really fun moments to it. I think Michelle Yeoh was really great here, playing Santa, as she's called, and runs this Christmas shop. In a way, she's kind of playing a cliche character, but she brings such life and there's a lot of humour with her performance here. And she films like a real person, like the rest of the cast. Emma Thompson also serves as an actress in here and plays Emilia Clarke's character's mother, who's from former Yugoslavia. And I really like her performance here. She's very funny and she works really well with Emilia Clarke. They're able to bounce off each other as actresses, and it creates a really great and realistic bond between these two. Henry Golding, who I've really only seen in Crazy Rich Asians, does a really solid job here. He plays a really great character. He has a bit of depth, but he's also very humorous, and there's a mysterious element to him that he really embraces, and I really like what they do with his character, and he's solid in this. But the real surprise here for me is Emilia Clarke. I've never really connected with her. I've never really bought her as a believable actress. But I haven't seen Game of Thrones, which everyone raves about, but in her other stuff, I haven't seen anything that really felt like her. And this was the first film that really felt like that. And ultimately it comes down to the writing, and I think that's I think this film is a great example of a well-written character that she can sort of sink her teeth into. She's able to be dramatic and humorous as well. There's moments for her to shine in this. She's a character you can get behind. She's very sarcastic, but she is humorous. And she adds a lot of fun and realistic elements to the film. And I think Emilia Clarke put a lot of her own personal experiences in it, because she also had an illness. She suffered from a brain aneurysm. She had 2 of them. And I think she put that into this character. She put it into how this character feels about things, which I thought was really great. She has some really great one-liners, and she serves such a great purpose in the film. She's a character you can really get behind, and you want her to achieve things, you want her to accomplish things. And when she starts to come out of her shell and starts to come out of the sad and dreariness that she lives in, she really shines and she really comes alive, and I really love that about it. So the other big surprise about this film is it's actually funny, it's actually humorous. Not in the over-top, forced way, but just out of the circumstances characters find them in. The humour just flows really well. And like I said, I think that comes down to Emma Thompson's writing to really craft really funny moments. And it's very refreshing to watch not only a Christmas film, but a comedy, romantic comedy that's sort of fresh with the dialogue and is actually humorous and actually funny. Film with a bit of a message, and it's entertaining and humorous with realistic characters and circumstances. Final thoughts. Really, this film looks at relationships. It looks at the struggles that people find themselves in when they're facing a difficulty in life, difficult experience or an illness, and trying to find who they are again after that, and trying to find their purpose and point. And this film really looks at that. It really looks at families, relationships, and how we feel disconnected sometimes from people. Sometimes we don't want anything to do with difficult family members. We want to stay away from that. Focusing on what's important and forgetting all the other shit, and just focusing on what is important to that person and what's important in life. And I think that this film really captures that and has that at the heart of it. And I enjoyed my experience with this film. I'm going to give Last Christmas 4 out of 5. I thought it was a solid, well-made film. It's very humorous and entertaining, had a lot of heart and a lot of depth, and it was actually very funny that I didn't expect. And it has really great performances. Anyway, that's all from me today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit subscribe in the bottom. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Otherwise, until next time, enjoy the movies.